Breaking free from a narcissist is one of the most challenging and courageous steps you can take for your mental and emotional well-being. Whether the narcissist is a romantic partner, family member, friend, or colleague, the decision to block them on your phone, social media, or in real life can feel both liberating and terrifying. You may wonder, what will they do? How will they react? Will blocking them finally bring peace, or will it unleash a new wave of drama? This video will take you through the full journey of what actually happens when you block a narcissist. We'll explore the psychological mechanisms at play, the typical reactions you might encounter, the emotional aftermath for both parties, and, most importantly, how to protect your peace and move forward. Understanding narcissism. The basics before diving into the consequences of blocking a narcissist, it's important to understand what narcissism really is. Narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, is a diagnosable mental health condition characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a need for excessive admiration, a lack of empathy for others, a tendency to exploit relationships for personal gain, fragile self-esteem, easily wounded by criticism or rejection. Not everyone who displays narcissistic traits has NPD, but even subclinical narcissism can be deeply damaging in relationships. Narcissists often manipulate, gaslight, and project their own flaws onto others to maintain their self-image and control. Why blocking a narcissist is so powerful? Blocking a narcissist is not just a digital act, it's a profound psychological boundary. For the narcissist, it represents a loss of control, supply, and access. For you, it's a declaration of independence and self-respect. Here's why this step is so significant. It disrupts their control. Narcissists thrive on controlling others' emotions and actions. Blocking them removes their ability to influence you. It cuts off narcissistic supply. Narcissistic supply is the attention, admiration, and emotional reactions they crave. Blocking deprives them of this fuel. It asserts your boundaries. Blocking is a clear message that you will no longer tolerate manipulation, abuse, or disrespect. It initiates true healing. Without constant reminders or contact, you can begin to process, heal, and rebuild your life. What happens to the narcissist when you block them? Initial shock and narcissistic injury. The first reaction is often shock. Narcissists are used to being in control and having access to their targets. Being blocked is a direct blow to their ego, a narcissistic injury. This injury can trigger intense feelings of rage, humiliation, and panic. Why? Narcissists see themselves as special and entitled to your attention. Blocking them challenges this self-image and exposes their vulnerability. What does it look like? They may react with disbelief, anger, or even attempt to contact you through other means. 2. Attempts to re-establish contact, hoovering. Hoovering is a term used to describe the narcissist's attempts to suck you back into the relationship or dynamic. After being blocked, many narcissists will try various tactics to regain access. Using alternate numbers or accounts, they may call or message you from different phone numbers, emails, or social media profiles. Contacting mutual friends or family, they might enlist others to pass messages or check on you. Showing up in person. In extreme cases, they may appear at your home, workplace, or places you frequent, sending gifts or apologies. Some narcissists will try to win you back with grand gestures, apologies, or promises to change. Why do they do this? Narcissists cannot tolerate losing control or supply. Hoovering is an attempt to reassert dominance and avoid the pain of rejection. 3. Rage and smear campaigns. If their attempts to reconnect fail, narcissists may escalate to anger and retaliation. This can include verbal abuse, sending angry messages, voicemails, or emails if they find a way. Smear campaigns. spreading lies or half-truths about you to mutual friends, family, or online communities, playing the victim, telling others that you are cruel, unstable, or the real abuser. Why? Narcissists cannot accept blame or responsibility. By attacking your character, they protect their own self-image and try to regain social control. Seeking new supply. When it becomes clear that you are truly gone, the narcissist will often seek out new sources of supply. This could be a new romantic partner, friend, or even a family member. They may flaunt this new relationship publicly, hoping to provoke jealousy or regret. Why narcissists are emotionally dependent on external validation. If you are no longer available, they must find someone else to fill the void. Occasional re-emergence. Even after months or years, some narcissists will attempt to re-enter your life. This could be a random message, a like on social media, or running into you by accident. These attempts are often tests to see if you are still vulnerable to their influence. What happens to you when you block a narcissist? Immediate relief and anxiety. Blocking. A narcissist can bring an immediate sense of relief. The constant drama, manipulation, and emotional roller coaster are suddenly gone. However, this relief is often mixed with anxiety, fear of retaliation, worrying about what the narcissist will do next, guilt or doubt, wondering if you were too harsh or if you made the right decision. Withdrawal symptoms. Missing the highs of the relationship or the sense of connection, even if it was toxic. Grieving the loss. Even if the relationship was abusive, it's normal to grieve. You may mourn the loss of the person you thought they were, the future you imagined, or the time and energy invested. Allow yourself to feel. Suppressing grief only prolongs the healing process. Seek support. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist who understands narcissistic abuse. Reclaiming your identity. Without the narcissist's influence, you can begin to rediscover who you are. This may involve reconnecting with hobbies and interests, things you may have abandoned during the relationship, rebuilding self-esteem. Narcissists often erode your confidence. Now is the time to affirm your worth. Setting new goals. Focus on your own growth and happiness. Healing and growth blocking. A narcissist is the first step toward true healing. Over time, you may notice improved mental health, less anxiety, depression, or emotional turmoil. Stronger boundaries, greater confidence in saying no and protecting your peace. Deeper self-awareness. Understanding your own patterns and needs in relationships. Before we continue, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel. This will help us grow. Thank you. The science behind narcissistic reactions. Narcissistic injury and rage psychologists have long studied the phenomenon of narcissistic injury, the intense emotional pain narcissists feel when their self-image is threatened. Blocking them is a direct challenge to their sense of superiority and entitlement, often triggering narcissistic rage. This rage can manifest as anger, vindictiveness, or desperate attempts to regain control. Addiction to narcissistic supply. Narcissists are addicted to attention and validation. When you block them, you cut off their supply, leading to withdrawal symptoms similar to those seen in substance addiction. This explains the frantic attempts to reconnect or replace you. Trauma. Bonding victims of narcissistic abuse often experience trauma bonding, a psychological attachment formed through cycles of abuse and intermittent reinforcement. Blocking the narcissist breaks this bond, but it can also trigger intense cravings and emotional pain, much like breaking an addiction. Common myths about blocking a narcissist. Myth 1. Blocking is petty or immature. Blocking is not about revenge or immaturity, it's about self-preservation. Narcissists rarely respect boundaries or healthy communication. blocking is often the only way to protect yourself from ongoing harm. Myth 2. The narcissist will change. If you block them, blocking may trigger promises to change, apologies or grand gestures. However, true change is rare without extensive therapy and a genuine desire to improve. Most narcissists revert to old patterns once they regain access. Myth 3. You owe them an explanation. You do not owe the narcissist closure or an explanation. In fact, attempts to explain your decision are often used against you or twisted to prolong contact. How to block a narcissist. Safely and effectively. 1. Plan ahead. Before blocking, consider your safety and any potential fallout. If the narcissist has a history of stalking, harassment, or violence, take extra precautions. Inform trusted friends or family. Let them know what you're doing and why. Change passwords and secure accounts. Protect your digital privacy. Document abuse. Keep records of any threatening messages or behavior. Block on all platforms. Narcissists are persistent. Block them on phone and text, email, all social media accounts, messaging apps, shared online platforms, gaming, forums, etc. 3. Limit indirect contact. Ask mutual friends or family not to pass messages or updates. Consider blocking or muting anyone who enables the narcissist's access to you. Prepare for hoovering. Expect attempts to reconnect. Do not respond, even to apologies or emergencies, unless there is a genuine safety concern. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who understand and support your decision. Consider joining a support group for survivors of narcissistic abuse. What if you can't block the narcissist completely? In some cases, such as co-parenting, shared workspaces, or family obligations, complete blocking isn't possible. In these situations, limit communication to essentials, keep interactions brief, factual, and focused on necessary topics. Use written communication. Email or text provides a record and reduces opportunities for manipulation. Set clear boundaries. Decide what is and isn't acceptable and enforce consequences for violations. Seek mediation or legal support. In high-conflict situations, professional intervention may be necessary. The emotional aftermath. What to expect. For the narcissist, initial rage or panic attempts to regain control, hoovering, smear campaigns or playing the victim, seeking new supply, occasional re-emergence. For you, relief, mixed with anxiety or guilt, grieving the loss, withdrawal symptoms, missing the highs and lows, reclaiming your identity, gradual healing, and growth. How to stay strong after blocking. 1. Remind yourself why you blocked them. Keep a list of the reasons you needed to block the narcissist. Revisit it whenever you feel doubt or guilt. 2. Practice. Self-care. Prioritize activities that nurture your body, mind, and spirit. Exercise, eat well, sleep, and engage in hobbies that bring you joy. Challenge negative thoughts. Narcissists often leave you with self-doubt and negative beliefs. Challenge these thoughts with evidence of your strength and worth. 4. Celebrate your progress. Every day without contact is a victory. Celebrate your courage and resilience. 5. Consider professional help. Therapy can provide tools, support, and a safe space to process your emotions and rebuild your life. Moving forward. Embracing freedom and self-love. Blocking. A narcissist is not just about ending contact, it's about reclaiming your life. It's a powerful act of self-love and a declaration that you deserve respect, peace, and happiness. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards, inner peace, resilience, and the freedom to live authentically are worth every step. Remember, you are not alone. Countless others have walked this path and emerged stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled. Trust yourself, be patient with the process, and know that letting go is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful declaration of your right to happiness. If you're struggling with the effects of narcissistic abuse, consider reaching out to a mental health professional or support group. Healing is possible, and you deserve to feel safe, valued, and understood. Blocking a narcissist is not the end. It's the beginning of something beautiful. Have you ever had to block anyone? Please tell us of your experience in the comments.